Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the first season of HBO Max's new series, Hacks. And this is from Lucia, Aniello, and Paul W. Downs, who were the creators of Broad City, which that's a series that I love. I laugh so much. I loved Abby Jacobson and Alana Glazer, and the show was just so earnest and funny and absurd, and I love to see Aniello and Downs back together again, doing this along with Jen Statsky, who was a writer on Parks and Rec and The Good Place. So there's a lot of talent behind this. And there's also a lot of talent in front of the camera, because this show focuses on this young woman who is a comedian who gets into some hot water and gets canceled, and played by Hannah Einbinder, who is great. We'll get to that. And she winds up getting a job out in Vegas working for a former big time female comedian played by Jean Smart, who now Deborah Vance just plays her show off in Vegas. And they have this budding relationship, this tension, differing perspectives on things, and you see the craziness that ensues between the two of them, and throw in Vance's assistant and basic person who takes care of all of her things. Mark is played by Clemons-Hopkins, who does get some really nice subplots that really focus on him in terms of relationships and him dealing with the stress of his job and his relationship with his mother, which is fun as well. And you have probably the other big recurring character. Well, you do have Paul W. Downs in it, of course, and he plays the agent that works for both Deborah and Ava, our main character. But you also have Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin himself, as the slimy guy that runs this casino that puts on all the shows for Deborah Vance. And throughout this series, there's a lot of laughs. But honestly, there's a lot of poignant commentary on sexism and all kinds of timely themes in terms of cancel culture. And what I appreciate so much about this show is it always is delivering laughs, but there's also some really poignant and meaningful things going on in this show. And you even have subplots for Deborah Vance, especially with this really uncomfortable relationship that she has with her daughter, who is kind of a hot mess and really blames her mother for all the bad things in her life. And it's Caitlin Olsen, aka Dee from Always Sunny. So that's great. You definitely have some fun moments between her and Jean Smart, and also her and Hannah Einbinder, which Hannah Einbinder is great here. She's committed, she's neurotic. You see the insecurities here, and you see the talent, but you see the attitude, and you want to root for Ava. But at every turn, she makes bad decisions, and you're just come on! You're so close! And you want her to succeed and get back on track, but it's complicated because she puts herself in a lot of these situations. There's one particular episode where she has this one night with this guy, and it ends tragically, and you're just feeling so bad for her, and then the next moment she's self-sabotaging. And then you have Jean Smart, who is killing it as Deborah Vance in this show. She is between Mayor of Easttown and Watchmen, she is on a tear, and she is so great in all these HBO Max shows. And she is funny, she's powerful, she's biting. The barbs that her and Einbinder send back and forth between each other is so great. Paul W. Downs is a fun character as this agent, and Christopher McDonald is so slimy and sleazy and just everything you expect from him. But the writing is great and has a lot to say, but also has engaging setups. And yes, some of the setups are pretty familiar in terms of some cliches and stuff like that and things you might expect, but the characters are fresh and fun and interesting, and I feel this takes on a lot of things that should be taken on, but maybe not taken on so much in something like this. And I really appreciate what Aniello and Downs do in terms of directing this show. There's a lot of energy and fun to it. And also writing this show, because I cared about these characters. I really cared about both Deborah Vance and Ava, even though they go out of their way to do like the worst things and self-sabotage themselves. But along the way, I just wanted them to succeed and them to connect. And where the season ends leaves a big question mark that has me really intrigued to see where things go next. But after watching these 10 episodes, I'm a huge fan of this. It's filling that void that Broad City left when it wrapped up. So I'm very excited about Hacks, and I hope you all check it out on HBO Max. But those are my thoughts on this series. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you, as always, for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.